think we're already up. That is nice. Had to drink some water. My throat's a little thirsty. Gonna clear it and be speaking for a little bit. Stream might be a little bit shorter than yesterday's, but that is fine. Just here to start it up. I don't know. We're gonna get straight into it. I got a few things that I want to write and finish up building the campaign. We're gonna go back and look at the other sections of the campaign and add a little bit more if needed. Already had some ideas, and yesterday night when I came home from work, I added a little bit more to the campaign, you could say. Just a tiny bit of things, a little bit of map making for like a village and a town. I forget I have to put my hands so high for you to see. I could just put myself all the way back here, my hands in the way, but I think this is fine. So let's go ahead and show you what I have currently. I think I already showed you the landing page, but the things I've added are these two maps in particular. This one, I used a village generator because I think villages are simple. They don't really need to have too much effort. Put little labels here. The village is going to be very simple. Things are going to come as it go. I'm going to add a little bit more down here probably. I don't know if I'm going to give anything else really a name. Just the basic general stuff that the players can come back to and look into a little bit more. This is actually a population of 95, which I think is a good range because if I'm going to take a look at my notes real quick, I have a whole world of information with how big villages should be. And yeah, 100, about 95 is about a little bit less in the middle of the road. Well, for a small village, with the total of being 250, with 95 guards, 95 population, they're gonna have about 4 guards essentially, but still so many people. This amount of goblins won't eviscerate the village. Just try to make it all make sense in my head. The town is interesting because towns are much harder. So I'm actually mapping it out on my own, and I'm going to put small little indications of like things inside. I don't know if I'm going to put tiny little houses everywhere. I'm not the type to usually do that. I used to do that long time ago for a town I used to call Cerberus. I think I still have the file for it and everything. Such a long time ago. But it took agonizing amounts of hours to build an entire city, and it took a lot out of me. And I realized after building like 2 more cities after that, because I didn't entirely learn my lesson, that perhaps the building of cities is not the most optimal thing to do with my time making campaigns, especially since I really love urban campaigns. Like campaigns in cities, trapped in a city for other reasons, all kinds of stuff like that are my cup of tea essentially. But let's go ahead and what was I looking for again? Oh yeah, little tiny houses. So where would I keep those? I think that would probably be in structures. And phew, would probably be roofs. Be the easiest way to make them. I have to double check, so let's go to roof. We can go to modular roofs and then pick like dark brown. I think add-ons? No, probably extensions. I don't think turns would be it. No. So just extensions. And you just oh well no, maybe not. No, I guess you'd use these top ones right here. So let's make them really small. Let's say 200. And there you'd have a couple little houses with little roofs on them. You could make the street a little bit better, but these definitely aren't the best looking. I feel like I've had better ones before. Now I might have taken those from either Incarnate or from Dungeon Draft. Perhaps I'll need to find my own little house tokens online and add them to the pile. Village structure is this. This could work a little bit. It does seem a little what's the word? Basic. I think that works in most cases. So what if I were to take you to my assets if you want to load? Oh, well, you loaded as soon as I refreshed. So what if I were to put, what would these titles be? So you are called farmhouse. So we just search up house. Let's see what comes up in my entire asset library. This is definitely needed because I've added so much stuff. So a lot of just random pictures of houses. Why do these look 3D generated? I thought Bailey Wiki didn't use 3D stuff, but maybe I'm just overthinking. Uh, we got farmhouse. That's like the only house in here. Shingle roof. So yeah, let's just look up roofs. Surprisingly. Apparently I can't spell roof. There we go. Roofs. So here's the castle roofs. Module, simple, Bailey Wiki farmhouse. We just saw all that. So I might have to definitely go find my own little house. Barn roof, Bailey Wiki. Because these look like just roofs. I'm kind of looking for something that actually does look like a house. If you look beyond just the very top layer. And I don't even know why I'm completely showing you, because I don't think I'll be adding it no matter what. Yeah, so I don't think it matters. Go back here. Yeah, just like throwing out random houses throughout the city. Like I said, it seemed like a lot of work to do stuff like that. Seems a little bit hard. Mostly. I am more of a drawer when it comes to large cities and or towns. Villages I can handle a little bit more. But if I want to be like, okay, castle will be here, then you have the temple and the religious section will make some like small churches. Actually make those circles. I can fill them in later. Do like small churches here, just different churches if I wanted to have many different kinds. Then you could do like a large temple. We'll put it right here. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, that is the right one. Free draw. That was a little. If I hold shift, it's probably better. Large temple, then economics. You would have probably most of it be a market street, but then you could divide it into subsections of like uh this would be the main attraction where you get tons of harassment. This would be the main selling street. Then you divide into subsections of like, I don't know, blacksmithing or whatever dark wood trade, whatever their main trade would be. Actually, no, you'd probably put that in just trade and productions. This would just be the completely harassment. Divided into subsections, which I don't like doing particularly. Watcher district, you'd put little gates, like entrances would be here, here, here. If this was like a very well guarded city, but this is just a town. I don't think I'll have gates between districts. I think you'll have a gate perhaps here. Definitely not in the noble housing at all. Farmland. Oh wait, this is not, this is just farmland, so you'd have the gates probably. Entrances, your watcher district. Probably don't want to funnel your watcher district. So that wouldn't have gates at all. Probably have gates here, here. And I think that's fine. You want to keep, you want to have double that here for ease of access. Of course, you'd want a gate between that. I think that's how you would do it. This being your most prized possession of the city, or depending on what you want your city to be, maybe this is the most prized. Definitely want to have some kind of funnel system to prevent traversing of the entire city very freely. Or it's town. Again, town. Gotta remember what I put this as. Or just remove gates entirely. That's also a complete option, but you probably have this gated community either way. Can't visualize the town right now. I'm still kind of thinking on what to add. Then you'd have like major production plants here. I don't know what kind of trade I have yet, but there's going to be many different types of trade. Probably mostly gems, as this is going to be a very gem mining orientated campaign of why the environment is seemingly fighting back a little bit. but we'll get to that once we start writing. Next would be the city, which I haven't made yet, but there's going to be a city as well. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this. There. I'll keep that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to guarantee that. Probably going to have at least one big religion thing here, so let's put that over there. Probably one of my gods, basically all about nature. So I'm definitely going to have that there. I don't know which one it's going to be because there's actually like two of them, but one of them's more about creation, so I think that'd be fine with what's going on. While one's more about protecting nature and preserving it. And then you have, what else could I add here? Economics. Don't really think I'll have anything with economics. Trade and production would probably be some kind of evil plant that's like using all the company that's using all the minerals. Church that's against it. Noble house. Watcher district, just basic guards, which there could be some kind of, let's put two, I don't know what you'd call them, but base of operation for the guards, one on each side. One for the nobles, basically, and one for pretty much everything else. The might have some farmland problems. I might make a quest for that. What I really need to do is probably erase this, actually. Just you, because you're actually outside of the map, and I can't have that. Let's be careful how we draw this, and I just already messed up because I can't even see the whole thing that I'm trying to draw. There we go. Make it a little bit fatter. A little bit fatter. I don't have shaky hands. Don't have shaky hands. There. I think that's better. It doesn't look better, but it's gonna have to do. I think this is fine. We'll have some farm hands, some houses out there. I think this is good. Let's go ahead and write small little things for myself. Evil mining company. Religious nature lovers. Noble lord who is all for fracking for mining. Did I spell mining? Yeah, that's how I spell mining. Police, guard, barracks is all I'm gonna call it. And then I can cheat, copy paste. And then I can open up the palette, select, remove. There. I'm getting used to that palette, I think it's called, system. Yeah, palette system. It's an interesting system. I do kind of like it. But Bailiwikis is actually still superior, but I'm gonna have to start getting used to that, because if I can remove modules without really substantially bringing down my quality of how I run things, I'm always looking for that. Removing modules and stuff like that. The Crucibles actually became kind of my journey of removing modules to I don't know what I was trying to say there. Basically, to just soften the amount of modules I use. Also, I'm not sure if the music's too hard to hear, so I'm gonna raise it up to 20%. Hopefully, that is fine with the quality. Why is it at 29%? That is weird. We'll lower it down to 15. No, we'll raise it to 20. No, 15's fine. I think we're fine there. What else can I add? I guess we could just write this in my actual notes. That's an important thing to do. if you're ever going to be DMing a long-term campaign or just a medium-term, short-term, I guess you can kind of get away with not writing anything down. But I don't know how many sessions you're planning for. When I say a mini campaign, I am usually thinking, especially if it's not too complex, I'm usually thinking of a 12 to 15 session campaign when I think of mini campaigns. Most of my long term campaigns have probably, which I've only had like two or three. It depends on if you count them separately, because the mini campaign was a part of the next campaign, like kind of like part one, part two, and now that campaign's on part three. But part two lasted about 2 years of gaming, so and then Warren Zagosha, which is my main campaign I'm on right now, separate from this, that would lasted about a year, and now we're restarting it, but not from the beginning. We're just introducing new players that was from the campaign that lasted 2 years. They're playing with us now, and I predict the campaign is gonna be about 20 sessions, but I think that's lowballing it. We will see. We will see, because I'm thinking in terms of what I have plotted, and that will go down to many different things, but I can visualize where they are now, and where they're and how long it takes to get to the next point. I can visualize that and be like 20 minimum, maybe. If I'm actually super correct, it's probably more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'd say 15 actually, maybe 15. Because many of my arcs, surprisingly, are about 3 sessions long, but that's not always the case. Of course, with players and role play and improvising and what they want to do that's completely different from what I had planned, we could go off onto like a huge add like 5 more sessions. Never know. So who really knows how long it could take? Okay, we're staring at this map for a while. What do I want to add? So let's bring over to my notes. Don't worry about this. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is like tournament games that we're planning one of my friends. But we want to go to, as in just clicking through, never ending campaign. Here's the delete below stuff. I'm going to copy, paste, and then this section is going to be called Town versus Dragon for now. Right now, I actually do want to grab a location from this. I think I just grab all this. Get back here. A location. Actually, locations. And we'll paste this. And I don't think I have a name for the town yet. I could grab it from my map, my world map. So let's do that. Probably needs to be, because I already have the idea where the city is going to be. So this definitely needs to be accurate with my world lore map. Let's go into here. We go pick out a nearby town. Okay, that was weird. My headphones just died out of nowhere. Okay. So let's go here. So we have the capital that is right there. And I don't actually have names for these places yet. Interesting. I think this is one of the few countries where I don't have names for every city. Yeah, okay. That is very interesting. I have names for everything. So I need to look at my world map again. This country is completely unnamed. It is like the least one I've touched, to be fair. Oh, didn't want to add that. So let's go ahead and look at to see what I have here already. We have Call to Hurl. So what are you? You're probably just farmland. You're the wall. You're abandoned dwarf ruins. So we need to add a name. Oh. Let's go ahead and choose this one because that's probably the most likely case. Let me see if this is even a town. Come here. Let's see. Why is there a human town? Is it tell me which ones I've selected? Here we go. So I need to. Ooh, I don't like this searching system anymore. Does it allow me to search up objects that I've only highlighted? That would be a nice feature. How do I even get to that? So what is this? That's just that. Yes, undo it, please. How do I even select something with precise precision? It's been such a long time. Is that... I'm very confused now. What is this? Oh, is it locked? Perhaps it is unlocked. Or it has been locked. Just keep undoing things until everything's back in place. I don't think that's everything. Oh, no, that is everything. I guess that's fair. Okay. How do we get a hold of things that are locked in this system? You are not locked. This looks like dwarf. Very interesting. What are those? I don't even see them being highlighted. Am I insane right now? There has to be some kind of lock section I am not looking at. There could be an entirely separate section. I don't even know what this is. Okay, here we go. Why are they here? And why can't I select... Oh, okay, probably because I highlighted this. Why not just combine these? Wonder why they're like this. That's very interesting. So these are dwarf towns. That now we're learning a little bit about Incarnate that I honestly was super just confused about. Also, someone just texted me. Never mind. I see. There. So this is orc towns or dwarf towns. Let's go ahead and name this one. This is a town. I'll be mining. What should I give it a mining name? I already have the deep below. The derp below. Deep below. Something I already have named. This town will be right next to it. Maybe I should give some kind of notice to that. Let's call it town. Town below noble. Just trying to find names that could give me inspiration. What is it known for? What rock should I name it? Make it known for? Specific kind of ore. If we look up Pathfinder, minerals, materials is what I need to search up. Special materials. See what Nexus has to say about this. Paper. Well, no, not the best kind. So I go to adamantium. Ooh, maybe we could do adamantium. Let's look up precious materials and material statistics. Precious materials. Gotta be a better way to find this stuff. Does get very confusing after searching for all sorts of different things like this. Okay. I'm just looking for materials. What can you give me? Don't want to do anything else. Let me see. Here we go. Is there any? So let's give it the rare tag. Okay, here's all the precious materials, essentially. Precious, rare, precious, rare, precious, rare. And if we were to type in chunks, probably be able to get mostly the stuff we need. Try to scooch in. So we got abysmal, loftstone, warp glass. Calyx of the Malstorm. Interesting. I do have some interesting things I could do with warp glass then, but not in this campaign. Inabrex. Usually made of destruction allows to profess form of iron or steel without touching them. Used to make weapons that bypass metal and armor. They just blow my nose. That is a good start. Sister Stone. Force fused by a spiritual runoff in the Field of Maidens. We could probably use that. Light and strong. Resistance to magic. This would be it. This is it. It's perfect for dwarves too. Noquel. Noquel. Noquel Stone. So we'll title this village. So we have Noquel. Sorry. Noquel. But now we need to find some kind of inspiration from the word Noquel. We could do some Toquel town. Why would it be called toe? What does toe mean? We know what quel means, but what does toe mean? We could put Tuquel, representing maybe two factions in the town. I like to have meaning in names, by the way. Like, this is like my favorite thing to do. That's why One Piece is like a big inspiration for me, because being able to take names and then subtract them down or reference them to another word in the name to get what the character kind of shows is always a fun thing for me. So cool. We could do we could do what's another name for mining? Mining synonyms. I'm not sure if that's really a thing to be looking up, but I think that's kind of fun. Quarry, excavate, dig, extract, unearth, remove, scoop out, quarry, excavate, cavate, cool, cavate, cool. What does this look like? Oop, that's not where it's supposed to go. That's not where it's supposed to go, but I can just type it in myself. Cavate, cool. I don't think that's a bad name. Doesn't sound too weird. Fake wool. Now, where would we get the X? The excavate wool. Excavate wool. That doesn't sound too bad, but I do like the previous name, Cavate wool. Excavate wool. We'll keep it for now. I think having weird sounding names isn't the worst. It's a very weird name, we'll admit, but we're gonna keep it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? They just steal my name? You're not it. Excuse me, sir? Excavate. Cool. Okay. Scaring me. What if I just type in cool? Yeah, it's just gone. Okay. I guess I'm fine with that. It's right there now. We can copy the name. I'll name everything else later. We can go back here. Give the town a name. And we can even put a big letter thing right here. Oh, not that. Excavaqual. Lines, none. Text. Let's give it 100. Let's make it a Times New Roman. No, I don't like Times New Roman. I like you, though. Put it there. I really hate how turning this... Crucible needs to change that, because Pathfinder... Unless it's, like, not a Crucible thing. But I swear it's a Crucible thing. Oh, it returns back to normal, too. I really hate that. I don't know what's doing that. Might have to disable some of my modules to see if there's anything that's actually doing that. Waste so much time. Position. All good there. I'll keep it as an object. Doesn't matter too much to me. Smoothing factor. Don't think that does much for me. Actually, it does a lot for the other things, though. So I might change that. Text, color. Let's make you a little orange. That's not orange. Kind of like you to have some type of different colored outlines, but I think I need advanced drawing tools for that, but I do not want to equip that. So we are going to go with that. I think that is fine. Now let's do a mass change real quick. I need you smoothing factor. That work. Oh, finding that middle ground on these line stuff, that's very difficult. It doesn't really smooth them out that much, but I think that's fine. Actually might even give them rougher edges. So 1 second, let's change that back. No, maybe not. Smooth factor controls the amount of spleen smoothing. Yep, don't know what that means. So let's change everything. Don't know what that means, so let's change everything. Could also reduce this. And that's fine. Okay. Town's completely done. Let's start writing in our journal. It's probably the most important thing. So first of all, we already got the name of our town. Excavaqual. That is a interesting name. This information down here is pretty meaningless right now, but I know I can erase that, and I know I can erase this. I can also probably erase these forts. Oh, good, that can just erase this all, pretty much. It's probably gonna be a large town. Gonna say level 4 is probably fine. Population sounds good. Special buildings, don't really need to follow any of that right now. Good with all that. Yeah, I think this is definitely outdated. In my opinion. Okay. We have that level 4 population stuff. Stat block, don't need to go into that. Let's go into districts, which we already have pretty much everything we need. But let's start labeling these districts exactly what they are. So I want to make this to where you can see what I'm about to do instead of blocking off the whole screen. So let's just completely get rid of all these and start with the, I'll call it the noble district for now. We don't need that. We need this. And please return to normal. There will be a lord. This is a town, so not a lord. You would call it a mayor, baron. I'm going to go with mayor as a placeholder name right now. I like my towns to be very simple. Mayor, cities being very simple, lords, and I know not historically accurate of like what exactly this would be, because I don't think I have a single baron in my world at all. But it is how I do my world. Mayor, dwarf, likes to make money and runs the town, not purely, runs the town with a huge emphasis. Is that the word I'm looking at? You know what? This is why we have this. Emphasis. Nope. Oh god, what am I doing? Stop it. Emphasis. Yeah, I'm not good at pronouncing things. Oh god, what is happening? Give me all my words back. Emphasis. Oh god. That's it's gonna kill me. Also, I'm probably not as hyper as I was yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit of exhaustion of work combined with a spontaneous late workout. So I woke up with all my bones being sore. Okay. Emphasis. That's best I'm gonna get with emphasis. I don't know if that's actually spelled correctly, but it's not telling me it isn't. With a huge emphasis on mining, particularly no quill ore. Yeah. Along with many others. I think that is fine. Why is Pizza Hut texting me? Pizza Hut, please. I haven't eaten your pizza in years. I'm a Domino's fan. A Domino's. I haven't eaten Domino's in such a long time either, to be fair. The mayor supports the local company that operates all the mining expeditions while he puts down the local is it really a temple? Temple would probably be more a city. Local, what's like the medium in between a temple? In between a temple and a church. So like that's how I spell church. This interesting. I've heard of this. Let's see what it actually says. This is AI. If you're looking for a religious architecture between the temple and a church, like however, if you're looking for physically located above a place of worship. No, I do not want to know my current stuff. Thank you. So yeah. Oh wait, that's wrong page. Boop. Let's just say church, because churches can range from sizes, so I'm gonna say church. I put down the local church of Suet. I think is what I called that god. Let me double check. It's been a long time since I searched at every god. Boop, boop, boop. Near the bottom or near the top? Ah, this is what it was. Suit. And we'll go back to want to preserve nature. Okay, that's fine pretty much right there. Let's go into the trade district. Trade / production. Many trades, but one company dominates the district. I'm not going to worry about spelling it all right now. With their mining and what would you call what would you call like reinforcing, or not reinforcing, what would you call production of things that you would mine? Smelteries? Gotta be an actual name for it, but I will figure it out later. Factories that produce ingots. Ingots? Am I having a brain fart? Ingot. Okay, I was like, ingots. Get that. Ingots. For the country. The company. Named, and let's call it the Noxquels. What's the suffix of Nox mean? Nox meaning. It was like a Latin word. For night. Yes, there we go. It's a Latin word for night. I was wondering what it meant. Go back to this. I think that is fine. The Noxquels. How many Noxquels? Basically runs the city financially. Actually, don't know how to spell that. 1 second. Financially. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, no, give me it back. Financially. Not gonna disappear on me, are you? Gimme. Ah! Get defeated. Runs the city financially. And holds power with the mayor. And leverage with the lords and kings. No Quill. I think that's what the Or's name was that I forgot. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's Qual. Not Quill. What am I thinking? Qual. No Qual. I am pronouncing that horribly. What was your name again? Excavatequel. Excavatequel. I think it's fine still. Is very valuable for the containing and protection of magic, as well as fighting magical beast. And of course war, but we're not going to mention that. Pretty basic. We go back and say do this. The company is run by a man named, let's say, Knight. Now we're getting too much into the Nox Knight stuff. We'll say what's a good name? I think his last name is gonna be. Should it be evolved around smithing? It'd be interesting if it was. I'm not sure if I want this guy to be like a fancy noble person or just like a rough tugged businessman with ties to smithing in his olden days. So let's assume his last name is Hammer. His first name would probably want to be something cool. Let's go with Bang. Bang. Spark. Spark Hammer. No, Ember. Ember Hammer. I think that is fine. More like a fading of the light. I guess we're kind of going into light night thing, but don't blame me too much. It's already 1:30. I have to go to work soon, but I can stay for a little bit more. Let's finish this out. Ember Hammer, a rough business man, man who values money over life. Let's just say that. So we'll get that done. Next thing we need is probably the religious region. Just go ahead and do this. That'll be our main 3 districts. What has, I think I did that backwards. Where did I put that at? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's backwards. Whoops. There we go. Has grown popular. Why does it keep moving like that? I am not a fan of that. Here, let's just make it big. And popular with many dwarves who have quit the production industry. This is a good time for industry. Period. Done. There we go. Really hate that. Production industry have gone quiet. Who have quit, not quiet. Quit the production industry and found its practices disgusting. The mining harms environments and destroys and kills the nature around its operations. Done by. There we go. The church has grown in power due to the many who think the nature of the Noxquills due to the many people who think the Noxquills, my bad. Noxquills do more harm. Who think the Noxquills will lead to a disaster of the environment and will anger. I think anger. I actually am not. I am having a brain fart. This is why we have dictates. Anger. Space. How'd you do that? There we go. At least I know how to spell it now. What anger? The spirits of nature. Let's make you a word at this point. I'm going to make you a word as well. Fix you up. The head figure running the church. A woman named, let's say, for dwarf nature. It doesn't really need to be a spirit name. I feel like if they were to come into this naturally, they wouldn't be born with the line of being a suit worshiper. Let's go with, what is that word for that? No, that's just much like a needle, nettle, cotton, bottom. That's terrible naming. Katabato, cotton port. Let's do cotton ball. You know what? Let's make it soft and cuddly. Nodal, nettle, needle. You know what? I like that better. Nettle, cotton ball. I think I'm fine with this. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Now I could write down some tiny little quests here and review them later. Do I have time for that? I got a little bit of time, so let's go ahead and write down for this person. Quest will be to infiltrate the Noxquil's leader's office and find out why they find out if they disturbed the dragon and caused it to become angry. Put a little side here. Maybe they will find a way to calm the dragon down and not need to fight it. Let's do the mayor. Mayor. Oh, wait, what was that? Quest. Defeat the dragon. And you can claim half of its hoard. Here we go. Quest for these dudes. These are all going to be part of each other. Quest. What would they want? They probably want to defeat the dragon. But what else would they truly want? Something that the mayor wouldn't already be involved with, like the dragon. They would probably want somehow, because killing the dragon's more than enough, but getting rid of the kobolds afterwards that stay behind, pretty difficult. So what if they went a little bit further? They want you to bring back or destroy the kobold's eggs. They want them gone from the nearby mountain, hill, forest. What would they be? Probably mountain. Mountain. Completely, so they can continue their mining operation. As I type really fast here, but mess up every single word. Click, click. Okay, that's maybe one of the things they want done. Probably also do something like frame. What if the player is like really evil? What else is this? This is like a cutthroat group. What else would they kind of want? Probably to plant false evidence on needle or knittle cotton ball to have them arrested for plotting to kill the mayor. That's probably a simple one. They want to get rid of, what would you call it? Public outcry, the public opinions, competitors. I wouldn't call them competitors. They're enemies. That's probably what I put down for now. Okay, I think that is fine. We got our quest. One thing we don't have is maps, but most of this probably be Theater of the Mind besides the dragon stuff, not gonna lie. Might have a couple maybe a map of the production plant, but like only certain areas. Maybe just one in case there's a fight gonna happen. But we'll definitely see how it goes. Maybe keeping that completely Theater of the Mind be a good idea, or it could make a Alright, big yawn. Big yawn before work. Could make it some kind of unique skill challenge to get the sneaking into the production plant or doing the opposite for them to sneak evidence into the church. I think either way is fine. But I think that is good for today. I really didn't get to show off a lot. That is my bad. I'm just so seemingly distracted today. A little tired. Got a lot of things done though, in terms of writing, which I think is fine. Not really much map making, but this is coming along nicely. The town's going to be a little bit more omnidirectional for what the players can do. Unlike the Deep Below and the Crypts and all that stuff, the town's going to have factions. I think seemingly 3. Maybe I might think of another one at one point. The farmhand land could probably be something. Probably have the Fey guy pop up somewhere as well. I could easily just do that now, actually. So let's say, bam, copy. Let's say he'll probably be in the economic district, just so I can put something there. Then, bam. We'll put him over here. We'll actually make him twice as small. Make him feel a little small right now. Oh yeah, you don't grow small. So I'll make you small. 24. Oh, 23. Let's find another 24. 25. There we go. I think that's fine. I could put like blacksmiths and stuff all around the place. That'd probably be good as well. But I think they'll kind of get the gist. But I think that is it for now. I guess I'm going to head on out. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.